let's jump to the Monday night game. This will be a real barn burner. You got the Chicago
Yeah.
Bears going to Foxborough to take on the Patriots. The Patriots 8-point favorites, a total around 39 and a half. In the captain spot, I think you got to go right back to your boy Stevenson.
Yep.
Even if Damian Harris plays, Stevenson, I think, Harris coming back from injury, Stevenson would probably get the clock killing work if there is some. He was in the game last week, under 4 minutes to go. New England up 31-15 and got another touchdown. So he was in till the last drive. And then the last drive was just 3 nail downs. So he seems to be, they don't like to take him out. And he was averaging 17 touches per game for 95 scrimmage yards in the 2 games leading up to Damian Harris going down. So not even including the one he went down and Stevenson put up the big stat line. So he's been trending up. I know we've been talking about him all off season. So yeah, I think matchup's good. Home favorite. Chicago, kind of a little bit of a run funnel. 14th in DVOA against the pass, 27th against the run. So really nothing not to like about Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. He was my RB1 last week. Ended up posting the top score at the
Congrats.
position. Yeah, thanks. That definitely helped in Fantasy Pros. But he scored the 2 touchdowns, but he should have had 3 or 4. There were 2 other drives where he saw 1 to 2 goal line carries and he didn't punch it in there. So he actually, missed on an even bigger day. And I'm actually projecting Damian Harris to return this week. And I'm still getting Stevenson as my RB8. He's going to dominate the passing down work still. I think having Mac Jones back helps. He loves dumping it off to the running back. But I think, Stevenson will probably see the majority of the early down work as well. Harris, I saw he got in a full practice today, but he's probably not 100% quite yet. And they should win this game easily. So this could be another massive workload for Stevenson. It's not out of the question that he could just become the workhorse back for this offense going forward. So the needle is definitely pointing up on Stevenson. I like him here in the captain slot. Not many other options to choose from here, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Jacoby Myers has been extremely productive. I think he's an option so here's the thing. I actually worry about the game. Like, I'm playing the Patriots in Survivor this week, and I don't want Mac Jones to play. Like, I absolutely think they could, blow this game with Mac Jones. I don't think they'll blow it with Bailey Zappi just because of the way. First of all, I mean, he might be better, but second of all, they're a little bit more conservative, and he just sticks to the script. He's kind of one of those the Patriot way kind of guys. I feel like. Where Mac Jones, he's more of like a rogue rebel kind of, you know what I mean? So it worries me. So I think if Jones starts, maybe some Myers in the captain spot. And you don't even necessarily need to stack him with Jones. Number one, because he doesn't score touchdowns anyway. You're just hoping for 10 catches for 130 yards. Yeah. So, and what do you think about Justin Fields though in the captain spot? Like, is he, we liked him coming into the year. He's got rushing upside. We saw it on display, but is he going to get touchdowns at all, or is Belichick just going to
Yeah, no, it's a tough spot. Obviously he has a high ceiling, so you have to, at least consider him for the captain slot. It's a game script where he could be forced to throw. He's going to scramble a lot. So I do like him. I know he's banged up. I think Mooney might be a little sneakier. Just for the captain slot, a couple of flyers here or there. Right. I know.
It is sneaky. I mean,
I understand
it's too sneaky.
But he's going to get a couple deep shots. Yeah. They're going to be forced to throw a little bit more. So I think Mooney would be sneaky in the captain slot. But again, I just like rolling with our guy Stevenson and getting creative in the flex slots.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing. My pivots are probably going to be Myers and some David Montgomery, and that's about it. All right, who do you like for dart throws?
My first dart throw is a fade of David Montgomery. I'm going with Khalil Herbert. Matt Eberflus has said that the Bears could go with a hot hand approach at running back going forward, which certainly makes sense. Herbert has looked like the better runner, in my opinion. He's averaging 6.4 yards per carry. According to Next Gen Stats, he's the most direct north-south runner. And again, I think that helps with Justin Fields under center because the defenses, they have to defend the edges. So I think Herbert gets some pretty big running lanes down the middle as a result. So I don't know if his rostership will be too high here. He is still technically the backup, but I think we could see sort of a sea change here where this could devolve into a true committee. So I think Herbert's an excellent dart throw here. And then on the Patriot side, it's got to be Tyquan Thornton. He might be a little too obvious since he's coming off a 2-touchdown game. However, if Aguilar and Bourne remain out, which looks like it certainly could be the case this week, Thornton should continue to see 70 to 80% route participation. He's a second-round rookie who is lightning quick, so he has big play potential. He could score from anywhere on the field, so he might not be technically a dart throw, but I think he's the best one for the Patriots this week.
Yeah, I mean, for him to come in like this, and first of all, in that crowded wide receiver room, to immediately come in and take snaps away from Devontae Parker and all those other guys in there, the veterans, that says something about what they think about him. And remember, the Patriots, they've been just waiting to show you that they can draft a wide receiver. So like primetime game, Monday night, they haven't been on him that often as of late. I think they'd want to showcase him. So I like that call a lot. And I think Herbert is actually going to be pretty chalky because remember he was on a primetime game and had that big run that you bet the over on. So I actually do.
Boy, do I remember that.
Yeah. So my thing, I wonder, I know Eberflus said they're going to use Herbert more, as they should. But I wonder how comfortable they feel with him in the passing game, though, because that's where we've still seen Montgomery get most of the usage. So, but I definitely do see Herbert cutting into his carries. I mean, his yards after contact is amazing. He's one of the better running backs in the league. I think it's just, they have Montgomery's not bad himself. So they have two pretty good runners, which they need, obviously. But for me, I'm gonna go a little off the board. We hit with Pettis last week. So let's go this week with Equanimous St. Brown coming off a goose egg. I think this matchup against the Patriots, actually, of all the Bears receivers, it probably benefits him the most because the Patriots can take away your top option, and they just got cornerbacks playing out of their minds. Meanwhile, J.C. Jackson's getting benched, but Jack Jones, you got all these Joneses just beasting in New England. So I'm really worried about Mooney. Like I think they're gonna just eliminate him from the game. But they're not gonna care about the rest of them. Now, New England plays man coverage at the second highest rate. That's why they're able to do a lot of these, player specific things in terms of scheming. But Pettis not really great against man coverage. Neither is Cole Kmet. So that kind of leaves Equanimous St. Brown. And for his career, he's averaging 1.5 yards per route against man coverage compared to 0.7 against zone. So he's more than double. So if he pops, he usually pops in a matchup like this one. He's been running about 2/3 of the routes over the last 2 games, and the number's a little higher on the season. So the Bears it's been a little volatile. So I don't know if he's trending down or, it's just kind of game script, normal volatility type of things. But either way, he should be a top 3 receiver on the Bears. He does well against man coverage. So, and he's coming off a goose egg. So I don't think people are going to want to touch him at all. People will probably chase Pettis, to be honest. And I think that's a mistake. I think last week was the week that you wanted Pettis.
And the Bears, they cut Amir Smith-Marset. Do you think
goodness.
Velus Jones or revenge game narrative, N'Keal Harry picks up, over 30% route participation here? Or
so my guess, the way I'm projecting it, I have Jones the highest because I saw that when they cut Smith-Marset, they also promoted Isaiah Coulter to the active roster, which makes me think that they're going to help you scratch Harry again because they were like before last week, he was getting interviewed and they were like, oh, you're looking forward to your first game. And he was like, yeah, I can't wait to get back out there. And then he was a healthy scratch. And then it's like, okay, they released Smith-Marset. You're like, okay, he's going to slot into that wide receiver 4 role. And then they call up Isaiah Coulter out of the left field practice squad, Texans. I don't even know where he's been, but
Texans.
Yeah. That can't be good for N'Keal Harry, right? If you're calling up Isaiah Coulter. So
no, I think Velus Jones would be my favorite dart throw of the group because he keeps getting limited work, but they keep bringing him in like right near the end zone, like within the 10-yard line, and giving him this pop pass play designed to go to him. So he's seeing some pretty valuable targets. And I have to figure his playing time will go up going forward. I mean, he just returned from pretty significant injury just a couple weeks ago. So I think he would be the guy that would step up this week and potentially see, over 40% routes run here.
Yeah, I have him like 25%, so I do have him for a season high. I know Smith Marset was getting up to 40 like these last 2 games. My guess would be Equanimous kind of bumps back up into like that like high 70s, low 80s range because this is a better kind of matchup for him.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, I still think Villa sets a season high in routes around gets to like 25 or so. And then I think there's going to be a little bit of a sea change at tight end too. Ryan Griffin only 2% routes run last week. He botched that touchdown catch and was like never heard from again. So I think we're getting Trayvon Wesco this week, maybe even some Jake Tongas.
Not just more snaps for Cole Kmet.
You can't get any more snaps.
That is true.
Like if Cole Kmet runs a route and doesn't get targeted, he still exists.
Yeah, he's pretty much maxed out at 90%.
Yeah,
so
he can't.
But we are not interested in any of these backup tight ends. If Cole Kmet can't get it done, these other backups can't.
Now ESB is my guy, and I like the Vilas call as well because just like all these rookies muffin punts on primetime though, like Montrell Washington, Vilas Jones. I mean, it's like an epidemic. Like what? Thornton wasn't returning kicks, right? He was just playing receiver.
No, I don't think he was.
Yeah, so I can't. I was trying to think of who it could happen to this week, but Austin maybe if they put him back there.
Oh yeah, yep.
But there is a fullback on the slate. Our boy Kari Blossom game. I don't really think he's gonna do much.
He hasn't done anything in like what, 3 years?
I think he had one game where he ever got a touch, and it was that game with the Titans played the Patriots and like all their running backs got hurt.
Yeah,
I don't think he got a touch for the
Henry
Bears.
went down, someone else went down.
Yeah.
Just by default, they gave him a couple of carries. That was it. That was the end of the Kari Blossom game era, unfortunately.